Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got a best of one game. It is between two Protoss players. It's going to be played out on Star Station, so let's get straight into this. In the top right position, it is the yellow Protoss player. From my insanity, I believe, it is ABomB. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left, the blue Protoss player from FX Open, which is now of course Navi. It's BabyKnight. This should be a pretty awesome game. I'm really excited about what this is going to be. I haven't cast some PvP in a while. I've recently been doing quite a lot of ZVT and ZVP. And they've been good, but a little bit of Protoss v Protoss is always exciting. You get lots of intense micro battles. And you still actually get quite a few build order losses, which is... it's debatable whether that's good or not. I mean, probably the biggest build order loss is if someone goes DTs, and the other person, well, if both players go, if one player goes for some kind of blink play and the other player goes DT, is probably the only build order loss that you really get because you just don't have detection out. The other thing which can be quite interesting is if one player goes for DTs and the other player goes for oracles. And the reason that works out quite fun is because depending on when the DTs actually move in, you can sometimes get in a position as the oracle player to get an oracle like over here if you're ABomB, and then suddenly you hear the swipe, and then you're just like, damn it, why is my oracle on the other side of the map? Or the other thing which is really infuriating is if you've just attacked and like you've used all your energy, you've come back, and then the DTs come in and you're like, damn it, I don't have any energy for detection. That is really frustrating. But for the moment, these two, we've got one gas out at the moment for ABomB, for BabyKnight. ABomB, he's getting up the double gas really early on. That's going to allow him to tech a little bit harder. He'll probably put two probes in each to start with, I'd imagine, unless he's got some kind of really funky, really crazy kind of tech heavy play coming out. But ABomB, just three probes straight in, BabyKnight rather, three probes just down in there. The gateway up, the cybernetics course should be starting for both players at pretty much the same time. PvP openings are really, well, most Protoss openings are pretty similar, to be fair. In PvP, you get near identical builds, apart from the gas timings is the only thing you really want to watch. So we've got one probe in each gas. That's really interesting. So ABomB, not committing too heavily there at the moment, is going to start putting more probes through as he just makes his second gateway. So a little bit of two-gate pressure could be coming in. Meanwhile, two gates are coming out for BabyKnight as well. So these two going for near identical build orders. Just the only difference is the gas timings. And in terms of the overall gas mine, BabyKnight has mined a little bit more just due to having out that, well, his second gas, his first gas with three probes in it compared to two probes in two gases. So really quite similar in terms of their builds. Their gas timings are relatively similar. Their gas income's basically the same, BabyKnight just fractionally ahead. Their gateway timings near identical as well. So these two really well evenly matched, and that's just waiting for when we get some variation, which hopefully will be coming down soon. This Zealot just doing a good job of checking around everywhere, and that's really the first big variation we've had. BabyKnight skipped his Zealot in favour of getting out the Stalker slightly quicker. Meanwhile, from ABomB, the double Stalker production is now started. We've got the Stalkers just coming to check around pretty much everywhere. A Twilight Council also coming down here for ABomB. Meanwhile, a third gate on its way for BabyKnight, so he could be starting to put on quite a bit of pressure. He's not gone for any tech. This Twilight Council, as I said at the start of the game, it could be for DTs. It could also be for Blink. Blink on this map would be quite effective just due to the fact there's so much dead space around here. The one really interesting thing from both of these two, though, is there's no Mothership core, and that is... I don't main Protoss. I play random, and I'd say probably Protoss... in terms of play, Protoss is probably my second best race, but in terms of just build orders and things like that, it may be my third. I'm better with Terran build orders. But the thing is that, to be honest, not getting a Mothership core down always surprises me, because every time I play Protoss, I use Mothership core so much, and especially in PvP, the Photon Overcharge is really strong, but these two both committed to staying on one base for quite a while, so not quite as important, because obviously if you're on one base, you don't need to worry about trying to defend a natural too much, so you're pretty fine. Meanwhile, we've got a bit of engagement in the middle. BabyKnight losing one Stalker there. That actually levels the Stalker count out 4 to 2, but the other two for BabyKnight are still on their way across the map. The Dark Shrine is half done, but this is the important thing. BabyKnight does have a robotics facility coming down. That means that if he pumps an Observer out relatively quickly, he should be fine. 3 more Stalkers on their way forward. BabyKnight is putting on a lot of pressure here. That Dark Shrine cannot come out quickly enough at the moment for ABomB. BabyKnight, though, he's pushing forward. He's going to get that Zealot, or is he? No, yep, he should get the Zealot now, but he doesn't focus it. He's focusing down the Stalker first. One Stalker goes down. BabyKnight just pushing through. 2 more Stalkers coming in, and I don't even think that Wow, this could be a really quick game here. We see the BabyKnight just pumping in with so much stuff. There is no observer coming out, though, from that robotics facility. That's what BabyKnight really needs, because the Dark Shrine is nearly done. And if that Dark Shrine completes up and ABomB is able to hold on for just a few short seconds more, then that means that he will be able to push back these Stalkers. 3 against 4 isn't too much of a problem, but they're the Observer only just starting, and so once the DTs start coming out, which should be any second, then you can start coming in. These warp gates are off the cooldown for the moment. A lot more Stalkers are coming in. Those Zealots are trying to just tank up some of the damage. The Stalkers being forced back, but there's just such an overwhelming number of Stalkers here for BabyKnight. The warp gates are soon to be off cooldown any second now, and that's when the DTs can come in. The DTs will be able to help deal with this. There we go. 1 DT warping in. Only enough gas for one at the moment. The second one should be coming in shortly. There we go. Third one should be coming down any second, and this is where the real damage can start being done. The Stalkers being forced back. Where is the Observer? It is still sitting back at the main base of BabyKnight. He really needs that that Observer over to help these Stalkers, which are falling back. So ABomB managing to hold on by the skin of his teeth. The Observer, though, now just going to sit down here. A natural base trying to get secured here by BabyKnight. In terms of economic damage, hardly any done. 2 probes were taken out. The worker count is currently 24 to 29 in ABomb's favour, who is now taking down his natural. So things getting really quite interesting. BabyKnight starting up his Twilight Council here. He's got quite Stalker intensive, but these 2 DTs, they're still wandering across the map. But unfortunately, Observer is going to be like, no DTs, you are not coming in here. One probably going to go down very quickly. The second one may even get taken out as well, which could be incredibly disastrous, but should just be able to retreat away. Now the Twilight Council for BabyKnight is about to finish up. He's getting out a second Observer and wants to get a lot there when he knows his opponent has pinned a lot of his hopes on those DTs. A 4th gateway being added into the mixture, and also a 5th gateway as well somewhere apparently for ABomB. Where is that 5th one? There we go. Right in front of my nose. Meanwhile, we've got BabyKnight sitting happily on 3 gates. Is going to take his 3rd gas up very quickly. This robotics facility not doing much more. Blink is getting researched and chrono boosted out, which makes sense when you've committed so heavily to these Stalkers, and Star Station is a good map for Blink just due to this cliff area. But now we're going to have 5 gates, 6 gates. Ooh, okay, so this is a big commitment out of ABomB. He's going incredibly gateway heavy, the Observer, moving forward. There's no detection out on the field still, though, for ABomB, so he's got no way to deal with this Observer at the moment. Blink, a quarter completed. The Observer going to come straight in, see these additional gateways, and give BabyKnight such a good read of what his opponent's doing. And BabyKnight actually in quite a nice spot now. He had his natural out a little bit quicker, but ABomB is still ahead by 6 workers. So 6 workers advantage is quite nice. A lot more DTs on their way out, but with 2 Observers already down, that's fine. 1 staying back in order to be defensive, 1 coming with the army. 1 already over on the map there. 2 Archons morphing in. That's the smart thing to do, because if you know that Observer's already out, DTs aren't going to be able to do too much more. Zealots warping in. Where is the vision of the high ground? It's from this Observer. So how far out can BabyKnight blink up? He can blink up over to here. That's his furthest point, and he may just try and go straight into the main. Blink is nearly completed, just a few short seconds away. Currently 20 seconds minus the chrono boosting time. So BabyKnight, he's ready to go up into that main base. There's 2 Archons, 3 Stalkers, and now a couple more Zealots warping in. This BabyKnight, he's just going to poke. He's just going to try and convince this army to come a little bit more forward. A Guardian Shield is going to come down. Blink is now completed, so if he baits his army out far enough, he can just go straight up. Blink already being revealed, though, just microing backwards. BabyKnight does have the much greater army supply. He's just got to make sure that these Archons don't do too much damage to him, but he can just start focusing them down now. Only 4 Stalkers behind this. A good blink back. One of the Archons gets pulled away. The second Archon does get taken out. That's a big loss there for ABomB. Meanwhile, we do see the pylons are down here. Are we going to see some kind of counter-attack play from ABomB? I don't think we will. He's going for a DT. That's all he can really hope for at the moment. The Archon gets focused down. The Stalker number is so superior here for BabyKnight, but he's also got Blink with them, which is going to help. 1 DT coming in, but 2 Stalkers walk back at home. Will mean that defense should be relatively easy here for BabyKnight. Probes starting to get pulled forward, but the Blink micro is what's going to be essential. BabyKnight pulling back. He is cleaning out this DT, which did manage to rack up quite a few probe kills, but the important thing are these Stalkers in the center. Will BabyKnight be able to retreat with them? Yes, he will, but ABomB just managing to hold off for the time being. The Stalker count currently 8 to 13, but remember the 2 of these are back at home defending at the moment, so that does make things a bit closer. The Blink research is what makes the big difference, though, and now with a massive forward Blink there, big commitment out of BabyKnight. Probes are getting pulled, but all the Stalkers getting cleaned up, and that should be it. BabyKnight is going to be able to win this game. He blinks back once more, but things not looking good. 10 Stalkers to 2, plus Blink in the favour of the numbers as well. Just means that everything rolling in BabyKnight's favour. I don't see anything ABomB can do at this point. He does have the better economy still, but he just can't produce enough stuff to make this work. A DT warping in, just going to try and help slashing through, but yeah, there's the Observer there. The DT is going to get focused down fairly, or should get focused down fairly quickly. There we go. The Zealot getting taken out. A couple more Stalkers warping in. But there we go. GG, well played from ABomB, ever very mannered. And that means the BabyKnight was the victor of this game. So if you all enjoyed the cast, make sure you like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow with yet another new game. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.